Hello to the Red Candle Club trade journal for December 22nd, 2023. So let's take it to the charts for today. Alrighty, so what we're looking at here is I'm going to try to hold on one moment. Okay, here we go. Awesome. So we're market's kind of stasis here. It seems like Bitcoin's basically the same price that I had recorded 2 days ago. It seems to be really struggling to break this 44, 45 level range, and it is on lower momentum. So this seems ready for a breakdown. Honestly, the more I'm looking at this, like we're almost at the previous high, but on much lower momentum now. So you're seeing that here. We're here now, momentum compared to here, on the previous high. So this rally seems to be getting a little tired. I think we're due for, a wick down. We could even get to the mid 30s. That's kind of where my head is at. So I would just be prepared for that. If you're buying in here, just be prepared for, to see a little bit of a correction, maybe a consolidation down here. Don't expect that we're just going to keep going straight up. From some of the alts I was looking at, I did pick up Ari the other day, and I took some pain on that trade. I bought it around here, and it wicked down here the day afterwards, and now we're floating around here. So I am still a little down on this, but I do feel that we're closer to the bottom than not, and I think that we're going to consolidate here, especially as we go into the cloud, the Ichimoku cloud. Kanto's still looks like it's in price discovery. We bounced here, was 2 days of green. Now we're just kind of going back down under the cloud. So I'm being a little patient here, but we could also be forming a bottom here, which I would like to see before I look to step in. Let's see, what else do we have? Jito. So Jito, I didn't end up taking that short, but I probably should have. It's just with the holidays coming up and everything, I don't have time to really babysit shorts. So, I'm okay not taking it here. But we did have 2 days of green. It's coming back down again. Again, if the wider correction does come, I do think that this is going to sell off pretty hard. Let's see. Tau continues to sell off too. I'm not getting in yet. I'm still just waiting on this one. I want to see where it ends up. I do think it ends up being somewhere in the mid 200s range, but again, I do want to see some level of like a consolidation that we're on the bottom before I get in. Right now it just seems like it's still bottom. It's still forming it's looking for a bottom essentially. PAL looks pretty constructive. Let's see, where's PAL? I have so many tickers here. Okay, so PAL is seems to be, this is a tough one for me. I want to get into PAL. I think now is a decent area for me to go in. It seems like, we sold off a lot yesterday. It did climb back up. We're selling off a little more now. If it does fall this support, below 10 cents, the next stop would probably be around 8 cents. So I'm I think the risk reward is actually pretty decent here. And, if it does fall to 8 cents, big deal. I can handle that. I think the upside on PAL is, I think that this has a lot of upside. It's a good product. It seems to have market attention and share. So I would feel comfortable getting into this one. Let's see. Mubi. This is an exchange that is essentially between the new BRC20 standard and ERC20 standard. This is a newer one. This has just had a meteoric rise in the past month. We were at 2 cents around Thanksgiving, and now we're at 27 cents. So this has been a 10x plus, so it's just had a huge rise. I unfortunately didn't know about it until recently. But at this point, I feel comfortable saying that we are probably, I think that this is due for a correction. We seem to be having a little trouble staying, keeping this level. Again, it hasn't really been on the chart that long. There's not much to see here, but I do think that this comes down a little. So I'm going to wait on this one. Let's see. What else are we looking at here? Ethereum actually, Ethereum's not looking great either. It's kind of in the same spot as Bitcoin. Let's look at Solana, man. Solana is I mean, congratulations to that team. This is an awesome story. This is probably one of my greatest HODL stories in crypto. I mean, I got into Solana very early in the last cycle, and I've just been holding it basically since. I did sell early in 2022 when things started to not look so great. I sold above the $100 price level, and I've just been holding since then for the rest of my holdings. And I mean, this is why they tell you to HODL, guys. You know, it's not just a joke. I mean, I held through all of this, and now, you know, if you had told me that we would hit almost $100 this year, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, we were at December, no, where was it? December 28th, so almost a year ago now, we were at $8 in Solana, and now we're almost at $100. I mean, that is unbelievable. It's just an excellent story, and I think once the wider world really understands what Solana is and the value it provides, this thing is. I'm completely serious when I say that I think Solana could go to 4 figures this cycle. I really do think that it can go to 1,000 plus. It's got an amazing story. It's got big ambitions. And now with the new airdrops, you know, a lot of people are using Solana for the first time and realizing that it's actually a better user experience than Ethereum is. So I think that Ethereum's got a lot of work to do to reclaim its place if it wants to compete with all of the other chains out there that are doing great jobs. Speaking of other chains, we can go to, let's see, Injective. Injective is another chain that's done really well lately. And this year, really, I mean, this is even a bigger gain than Solana. If you look at, you know, on the same day, the 28th of last year of December, this was at $1.50. We are at almost $40 right now. That is insane. If you got into Injective at this time last year, congratulations and fuck you, because you're rich basically. So good for you. Have a Merry Christmas. And this is just an insane story here. I mean, I think that Injective could be one of the next chain. If you missed out on Solana, I got to say Solana's looking pretty crowded right now. Most of the alts in Solana are up insane percentages. I mean, just look at Bonk, right? I mean, need I say more? Marinade, you know, a staking solution on Solana. Basically, like every chart in Solana, every chart of an alt on Solana looks like this. It's just like straight up. I mean, look at Metaplex. I mean, every alt on Solana is just vertical. So, I mean, I feel like everyone's just buying anything in Solana that they can right now, which is decent trade, but it's just crowded is the point I'm trying to make. And I'm actually looking for other chains. You know, even though I'm a big Solana bull, I think it's going to continue to do well, but I think that the risk reward right now is actually better in other systems. So like Injective is one of them, right? So Injective looks like there's a capital rotation right now going on where, like, you know, the price is kind of petering out here. I don't know if it's going to continue going up, but, you know, some Injective, looking at some of the alts in the ecosystem could be a good play. Also, the same goes for Kuji as well. So Kuji also had a pretty meteoric rise around, let's see, what price was it last year? We're looking at 4 cents, and now it's at $4. So, you know, 10x in Kujira also. So Kujira's had a pretty awesome run. But again, you're seeing the same story of a lower momentum on a higher high, which, you know, you're looking here, and then, you know, this divergence here basically means that, you know, it looks like Kujira may be taking a break. I would look at Kujira alts. There's some of them out there that, again, are really good risk reward plays. You're looking at alts that are like, you know, a 10 million market cap or under that, you know, you could have another Solana type thing play out where if one of these ecosystems does really well, the alts are going to do well also. Last but not least is Sei. So Sei, that's not the Sei chart. Here it is. Sei has done really well this year too. It got dropped at around 20 cents. It fell to 10 cents. Now it's at 35. So, you know, Sei has done really good. And this, you know, again, this is also painting a story of, actually, this is pretty bullish, actually. I mean, look at all this volume, like, you know, on this last pump, you know. So I think if it does consolidate, it's probably going to consolidate around, you know, the 30-cent region. I don't think it would fall much more than that before we just keep going up on this. I think that this is, you know, these parallel execution chains, you know, it's kind of in the same realm as Solana, but, you know, I am looking at other chains because, Solana is having its moment right now, but I would just encourage everyone out there to fight maximalism as much as you can. Just because Solana is doing really well right now doesn't mean that it's going to continue to do well in the future. And even in future cycles, that's certainly the case. I think a lot of Ethereum maxis could tell you that, where they're hurting right now. People who are just buying Ethereum all year are probably pretty pissed, looking at the performance of, just look at the Sol ETH chart and, enough said. Let's see. It's basically the same as the Solana chart, which means Ethereum hasn't really budged all that much, so compared to Solana, that is. So, that's not a great story for Ethereum. But again, things could change. I think once the restaking narrative comes out and the proto-dank sharding, and whenever that comes out, Ethereum, if you look at its past with the roadmap, things take a lot longer than they think it's going to take. And I would hope that this Ethereum or Solana pump actually put some fire under the butts of the developers and make them realize that there is a lot of competition out there, and they really need to get their shit together and release stuff and ship, because they are not shipping as fast as Solana is. Period, full stop. Let's see. I feel like that's most of what I wanted to cover today. This is another alt that I've been holding for a long time. I really like this one. It's not super sexy, but it's got a great story and power ledger. This is, again, I'd be wary of entering here, to be honest. You see this nice double top formation, both in momentum and price, that is a little bit scary. Let's check out Ronchain. So Ronchain, this is done really well. Look at this. Just in 2 months, it was 40 cents, and now it's $1.80. That's a 5x increase. Actually, no, sorry, 4x increase, 4x and change. That's pretty nice for a 2-month rally in any alt. And, again, I would caution entering here. It really just seems like for most of these tokens, I'm not really buying too many things right now. I just feel like, PAL is one exception because it's actually been correcting while everything else has been pumping. So this has been correcting for a month now, really. But other than that, it's really hard to know what to buy right now, honestly. There's just so many overbought tokens, and I just, it's hard to enter at this point. So I'm mostly focusing on tokens that were just released or smaller projects, stuff that no one really heard about yet, because the markets are really crowded here. People are just buying anything, it seems, and it's I think actually stacking some cash here is not a bad idea. I'm just going to throw that out there. Other than PAL, it's really hard to know what else to get. This one I've been thinking about too. This is liquid staking on Sei. So these guys, they actually, wow, this has been on a crazy rise up too. Look at this, a fifth of a cent, and now it's at almost 2 cents. So it's what, a 10x increase? It's pretty nice. And that's now. If you had waited, you were 20x a couple days ago. So this is liquid staking on Sei. I think that this could be a big deal. As Sei gets more popular, as it keeps pumping, I think that this is going to keep pumping too. So I actually would be okay entering here, because it's such a low market cap. It's you're risking it just pumping more as if Sei pumps, and I think it will. So Factor, let's see. Yeah, Factor actually is looking pretty good here. It bounced right off the EMA. We're back in the cloud now. This could be a good moment to get in. I think I'm going to step in here pretty soon. I think that this could be a decent story heading into 2024 for real world assets. It's a smaller market cap. I think it's under 20 million market cap. So I quite like this one. All right, so this is getting a bit long, so that's going to be it for me today. Happy holidays to everyone. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make another video before the holidays, but either way, see you guys soon.